I'm by no means a Pearl Jam expert, but if Dark Matter isn't one of the best albums they've put out since their 90s heyday, then I'm just gonna have to backspace myself into an avocado. Hey neighbor, what's going on? My name is John. It's time to review the 12th album, Dark Matter, by the hard rock and grunge band Pearl Jam. I've had a hit-or-miss relationship with the band. Eddie Vedder definitely has that voice that's immediately identifiable, but also rambly and hard to comprehend at times. And that's part of the charm, but also part of the detractor, at least in places for me. Gigaton was their most recent album, landing at the dawning of the pandemic in America, March 2020. It's an album that I think is solid, and Pearl Jam, credit where it's due, they've never been anything less than solid, but I do think that they've leaned, at least at times, a little bit too heavily on their production, and it's carried the weight over the past 10 to 15 years. That's changing with Dark Matter, as Andrew Watt, the producer known for working with the likes of Miley Cyrus and a lot of other big modern stars like Post Malone, he's taken the reins in producing this album, getting Pearl Jam in the studio, and just having them naturally assemble something not unlike some of their best albums, at least ones that are remembered most fondly by fans. I could already hear certain quarters of the fan base screaming, "But it's overproduced, it sounds too this, it doesn't sound big enough, the guitars need to be louder, the drums need to be more in my face." And I just feel that those type of people are never going to be satisfied, and I personally think that Andrew Watt did a great job producing Dark Matter. Without a doubt, this is the most PJ have rocked out since '06 on the Avocado self-titled, and that record was my full-length introduction to the band as I was just getting into music around that time, and I had heard some choice cuts from 1010 being the debut that went on to become a Diamond-certified all-timer for me as well. But Avocado holds a special place in my heart, and it's kind of nice to see elements of that production style and a little bit of what they learned with Gigaton and some of the other albums like Lightning Bolt creeping their way into the best parts of Dark Matter. I was able to score the Record Store Day exclusive vinyl pressing of this album. It sounds fantastic in that format. And I think the grooves of this album, the bass work, and just Matt Cameron hammering away on some of these drum patterns, it really keeps you focused on the matter at hand, whether it be dark or light. Mike McCready and Stone Gossard do a fantastic job at lighting off their guitars like solar flares. I love the fact that we actually get to hear them so dialed in. Tracks like Waiting for Stevie are incredible, chill-inducing moments that are, of course, emotional lyrically, something that brought a few tears to my eyes, if I'm being honest. It's also one of those moments that just musically is transcendent, and it's one of many moments on the album, the title track Dark Matter being a fantastic Thor hammer striking into the atmosphere, won't tell, kind of hushing things out a little bit without sucking the life out of the room, and Running being a 2-minute heart-pounding anthem that just dials everything up to 11. No doubt this album does lose some momentum after Running. Something Special just feels kind of like a nursery rhyme in a way. It left me scratching my head and wondering how this made the album. But right after that, Got to Give turns it back up a notch. I think there's a lot to like about that song, and even Setting Sun, not the most memorable closer of their career, not even close, but it's still a nice little send-off. Dark Matter is 11 songs in 48 minutes, and it really doesn't waste your time. It's an album that has a lot of transitions, a lot of maneuvers that you can tell that they are veterans. They know how to craft an album. They know how to put together a track list, starting off with a killer opener, Scared of Fear, react, respond immediately after that, sounding like something off of Versus. It just has a ton of inertia to it. I like the fact that they're able to keep that even flow going the entirety of the time, minus track number 9 that we won't talk about again. This album truly felt like every member had a hand in making it, in writing their parts, and Josh Klinghoffer, formerly of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, being with Pearl Jam now, handling some of the additional guitars, piano, keyboard. It's just chef's kiss. The man is incredibly talented. Pearl Jam are still doing the damn thing, and this is their best album in quite some time. If not since Backspacer and Avocado, then since sometime in the 90s. I'll let you decide what that is. For Pearl Jam's 12th album, Dark Matter, I'm giving this a strong 4 out of 5. This was, of course, my opinion, so I would love to hear yours. Let me know your take in the comments down below. Check out more of my Pearl Jam content on screen. Be sure to drop a like if you haven't already, and subscribe for the love of music, and I'll see you soon on ARTV.